Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'll teach you about the many functionalities of both the type tool and all the other drop-down type tools that we get in Adobe Illustrator. Okay, so let's start with the first basic one, which is the type tool right over here. We can find this type tool in our left hand toolbar. Now the type tool is inarguably one of the most important tools within Adobe Illustrator. With it, you can type out lines of horizontal text or align text to follow a vector path, to name just a few functions. Now, as you can see that when I hover my mouse over the type tool, it says that the shortcut for the type tool is in our keyboard as T. Okay, so now let me show you how it works by typing something. Okay. Now, as I've selected it, I'll go here and select the artboard. And now you can see that our type tool is working perfectly. And now I want to increase the size a bit, so I'll go over here and increase the font size. Now you can see that the type tool is working perfectly. Now let's say I type something in here. Alright, now you can see that the type tool works perfectly, and now I'll show you how to edit your text in our type tool. Now in order to do that, we'll go below our menu bar where it says characters over here, which is basically our object type right now. Okay, now if you want to change the font color of our text, you just select this drop down menu and you can see that there we have multiple colors to choose from. Okay, I'll just choose red, or let's go with blue instead. Okay, all right, now let's delete this and type something in blue color there. And now after we know how to change the font color, let's go ahead and show you over here how to add strokes. So if you want to add strokes, you can see that slowly, bit by bit, nothing's pretty much happening over here. Now if I just go over here in uniform, you can see that we have some width profiles that we can use from. Let's say I want to use this, and now you can see that after I write something, the text changes by itself. Let's turn it back to uniform and also delete this text because it does not look good. Now the next part is opacity. Opacity will basically tell you how much of this text will match with our artboard behind. Either will it be visible or totally invisible. Okay, let's just select the full text over here. Let's go back and say that I want this one's opacity to be 17%. Now you can see inside that our opacity has decreased and the word is less visible. If I click outside, there you go. Okay, now let's go back and then show you the next thing. Here you can see that we have our font family selection over here. Now if I click on this drop down menu, you can see that I have multiple fonts to choose from in order to use in Adobe Illustrator. And if you want to add more fonts, you can also do that. And I also have some filters over there to help me choose our font. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's say I want to choose Ebrima. Okay, and here you can also say that either we want the text to be bold or regular, and over here we can also change the font size. Okay, after that we have the alignment, the left alignment, middle, and then right alignment. Okay, and if you want to see more alignment options, just click on the paragraph option over here, and here you can see that we have more alignment options, but this time we have justifying options over here. We can justify left, align center, or right, and we can also justify all lines. And here we have different options from which we can edit or customize our alignment. Okay, and there's also a hyphenate option. Okay, now let's just put it at left and continue. Here there is another alignment panel which you can use to help yourself to align also your text. Then we have a transform option where you can transform the text width, height, x-axis, y-axis, angles also. All right, so this is all you need to know about the tab over here. All right, now that you're done with alignment over here, let's go forward and show you how to warp your text. Okay, so let's say I have a text over here. Okay, and let's use the selection tool. After that, you can see that over here our object type has shifted to type, and now we will go to the warp option over here, which says make envelope basically. Okay, and there are other make envelope options. We can either make them with warp or make it with a mesh. Now I'll show you the warp option. So now let's say I want to make an envelope. I click on that and the warp options come up. Now I can either do it horizontally or also vertically, and as you can see, the words warp according to what percentage I need. All right, so that is all you need to know about the warp options. Now let's go forward and do our next tool, which is the area type tool. Okay, you can find the area type tool right here in the second part. So what is the area type tool? Inside a shape. To do this, select the area type tool and click on the path of an object to type or paste your text. Double clicking on it will open the area type options dialog box, where you can customize its width, height, column, rows, offset, and align settings. Okay, now let's select the area type tool, but before that I want to create 3 shapes. So let's create some shapes over here. First I will take the ellipse tool, and so I'll put it in no fill for now. Okay, after that let's take a rectangle tool. Okay, but before that I want to make sure that I have a stroke so that you can understand what I'm trying to do. There you go. Now let's go back and use the rectangle tool, and let's also use the polygon tool. There you go. All right, now that we're done with that, so right click and select area type tool. After that, make sure to click on the path of our object, not in the center. If you do that, the Adobe Illustrator will show us a error, and it says that you must click on a non-compound non-masking path to create a text inside the path. Basically it's trying to say click on the path and then it will create the text inside our shape. All right, we can also do this with our different shapes, and it will create what do you call that? It will create the text inside the shape that we wanted it to be. Okay, now you can see that the shapes over here are still there, but it is inside, the text is inside our shape, and it is adapting to its shape. So let's say that I delete whatever was in here. So let's say I delete it again and use the polygon tool, apply no fill, stroke to be black. Okay, now let's select the area type tool again. After that, click on the path, and now you can see that the text inside our polygon shape has come up. All right, now let's just back, delete these shapes, All right, the lines. Okay, so let's select the pen tool, create a dot over here, then create a curvy line over there. Let's say I want to create a curvy line over here too. So there you go. Let's put it as no fill, and our stroke to be black so we can understand. Now you can see that the path over here is curvy. Now if I use the area type tool and select the path, you can see that the text is following our curved path, right? So now that we're done with this part, let's go ahead and show you that the pen tool also works. The area type tool also works with dots which are crisscross or straight or zigzag. So let's put it to none. Now use the area type tool, click on the path. My bad. There you go. And you can see that it follows the path over here and adjusts itself to whatever text I want it to be or shape that I want it to be. How to use the vertical type tool, vertical area type tool, and if possible, I'll tell you how to use the others. Alright, so thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.